I'm just gonna say it. I miss the Burning Crusade.
Okay.
It's hard to believe it's been almost 3 years
It's been a
since
while.
TBC Classic launched. And this year, Classic forcefully transitions from Wrath to Kata, the game's most controversial expansion.
True.
Somewhere in Blizzard HQ,
One of
the
them.
TBC server files are sitting dormant in a dusty room, rotting away unused.
Oh shit.
I really think Blizzard's biggest mistake with Classic is not preserving at least one TBC and one Wrath server like they did with Vanilla Era. For those who enjoy those expansions, they're giving us no choice and are forcing us to move on to the next expansion. And this year is quite rough to be a Classic player if you have no interest in Vanilla Era, Hardcore, Season of Discovery, or Cataclysm.
I do see what he means with that, actually. It does suck for the TBC enjoyers and the Wrath enjoyers that they don't have like a thing there like there is for Vanilla Era. So I do see that, and honestly, TBC was great, man. I loved TBC.
I don't
so I can agree with
Era, as I didn't clone my characters. The servers are 5 years old. Everyone.
I know people enjoy the Era server, though. I just think it's too much. It's too much inflation on it, man. This is why Warmain and the likes exist. Yeah, I mean, there will always be a player base that has like a big want for those kind of things, for sure. I will say, though, I don't know if Asimus is really excited about Cataclysm. I'm quite excited to see it and to try it, for sure.
One is in full tier 3, and the economy
there it
is absolutely tragic. Hardcore has been played to death, quite literally.
True.
Season of Discovery is an extremely casual beta test that I play for a few weeks and then stop until the next phase comes out. And Cataclysm is, well, Cataclysm.
Dude, Asimus is full doomer mode. I can tell. I think SOD has been great for what it is, though. I know some people are quite doomer about it. I think there's nothing really bad about like reaching a point where there's not much to do in it, though, because you can just wait for the next phase. I think it's been fun. But and with Cataclysm, I'm not hyped, but I'm excited to try it. I don't know about you guys, but I am excited to try it. I don't know if I'll actually really enjoy it or not, though.
I'm sure some people will give Kata a go. What about the players that prefer TBC or Wrath? How many more years will they have to wait to play their favourite version of WoW again? 3 years? 5? 10? All this really does is drive people to quit or go back to private servers. And this is where Blizzard fumbles the bag so ridiculously. I was just sitting here thinking about how good a TBC server would be with the Season of Discovery faction balance changes. When TBC Classic launched, the servers were so lopsided, it was ridiculous. Blizz never cared about faction balance until this year with SOD. It took them 5 years to implement. I'm sure most of you can remember Gehennas being 9.
Yeah, that is true. It did take them a hell of a long time to do it. I do think it's great that they actually did do the faction balancing now. But essentially, that's just like a player issue, though, man. That's just like a player problem. Gehennas was insane. Yeah, it went from being like a 50-50 thing to like just straight up only Horde, like a Horde server. But World PvP, I think a lot of people just don't like World PvP genuinely. Yeah, like actually, because most of the time it ain't, you know, that fair, I guess. But that's how it goes.
99% Horde, and how there was absolutely zero World PvP because of it. I just imagine how easy it would be for someone at Blizzard to boot up one TBC server in each region and leave it at that. But for some reason they haven't, even though TBC is arguably the best expansion ever made.
TBC is great. I do agree with that, honestly. I do like it. Yeah, I do wonder if it's something that they'll actually ever do. Like, I do wonder, because it could be a cool thing, for sure. I don't know what you guys think about it, obviously. TBC is not the best expansion, or even close. I think TBC is quite great. Is the best expansion? I mean, for me, it's quite up there. For me personally, I think it's like quite close to what vanilla was, but obviously with more stuff. I'm not a big fan of the flying mounts personally, but I think the expansion was great. When I played it the second time around, I enjoyed it a lot. I speak for everybody when I say this. We don't want TBC. I mean, there's gonna be people that want it, people that don't want it, right? TBC is the best expansion. Vanilla is the best though. TBC was the best out of the first 3. I would say I agree. Yeah, that I agree with. TBC is not even close to the best. Y'all are classic Andes coping hard. Obviously, listen, classic Andes, what we do is we do cope, Ramulus, and that's just a factual fact.
Don't even need to do anything to it. A lot of us love TBC just as it is. And I actually feel the same about Vanilla WoW as well.
Okay.
I love it how it is, warts and all. That's why a lot of us signed the Nostarius petition, which is the entire reason Classic exists in the first place.
Started 6th of April 2016. That is 8 years ago. How crazy is that?
If I had any kind of power at Blizzard,
Damn.
Classic would be on a 6-year repeating cycle.
Okay.
2 years Vanilla, 2 years TBC, and 2 years Wrath. Every expansion would have an error server to transfer or clone characters. Rinse and...
Yeah, I would say 2 years is long. Like, bro, that is a long time. That's a very long time. An infinite loop. I really do wonder, though, where they are taking, like, the whole Classic thing. If they're gonna go all the way down and just give us all the expansions, or if they're gonna... In a way, I kind of hope that they're gonna focus very heavily on a Classic Plus kind of vibe and really try to make that extremely good. Give us new content like OSRS, sort of. But I do also like pure vanilla, pure TBC. I do really like that too, I will say. I can't tell whenever Asimus is joking and serious. This is satire. I mean, that's the thing with Asimus, you never really know. But this does seem quite serious.
Repeat. I know I'm not the first one to suggest this, but for some reason, we are now, once again, at a point where Blizzard is forcing us to play what they want us to play.
I mean, you're not really forced. You don't have to play it. But I do see what he means, though, that there isn't the option to play TBC or to play Wrath whenever it's gone. You know, I do see that. I see that point.
Instead of letting us decide what we want to play. Since
I think in a way it's because they're kind of scared to give them too many options, like hardcore, self-found hardcore, vanilla era, TBC era, Wrath era, SOD plus, then we have Cataclysm soon, and then Cataclysm era, and then also Mob, and then Mob era, and then we're gonna have Retail, War Within. I think they're scared maybe to do too much. Somebody even say there's not been more options. There's never been more options. Yeah, it's a lot, right? Do them all, but limit the servers. Yeah, I guess that could be a way of doing it. There's no way to support, keep up the maintenance on that many servers. I don't think it's that. It's an interesting idea though, with the vanilla TBC Wrath, and then like go recycle it again. But I think the 2-year cycle he's talking about is ridiculously long. Yeah, a lot of people like Fresh, but at some point people get quite tired of the raid logging, and then they just stop playing until a new Fresh comes out. At least that's how it worked on private servers.
Won't get a 2019 vanilla Fresh server anytime soon due to Season of Discovery. I would really like them to consider making one TBC progressive server in each region that would eventually become TBC Era. They already have the server files sitting there doing nothing, and there's plenty of dead Wrath servers they can collapse to make space for it. Enforce faction balance. Don't add level boosts
Bogart,
or the WoW token. and I'm sure a lot of us will be happy. If they launched a TBC Fresh server tomorrow where we all start at level 1 with faction balance, you can bet I'd be there. I can't speak for you guys though.
Okay.
So, if you agree or disagree, then leave a comment down below. If enough people want it, they may consider it. And then we can enjoy our favorite expansions once again at some point in the future.
Are we stuck in a permanent loop? Shit. I think we might be. In a way, that's why I'm quite excited of where SOD could take the game. Because it kind of takes what we love about the game and then like builds upon that. That's why I'm like really excited about the whole Classic Plus idea, because it's something new, right? It's something fresh and new in a way. So that is something that I'm really ecstatic about in some regard. But I definitely do see what he means with it, for sure.
Alright guys, that's it from me. See you again soon. Take care. TBC hype? TBC hype?
Oh god. Would I play it personally if they did a TBC Fresh? I mean, I probably would. I mean, I would probably try it out, but I really am very excited about the whole SOD stuff, and I hope that it leads towards some sort of a Classic Plus kind of vibe, right? Listen Blizzard, listen TBC era servers. We always miss it when it's gone. We don't know how to enjoy the present moment, sad face. What kind of coincidence is that people were thinking about this yesterday, and recently myself included? Definitely my favorite expansion. I think people... I'll link the video, by the way, guys. Check out the Asimus. He's almost at 100k subs. He's 6k away. I think it's... whenever like a new server comes out or something comes out, after like a few years, people start getting really nostalgic about it and they like reminisce the past, like, oh my god, it was so fun, and then they, you know, they miss how it works, and like I can see that for sure, right?